Alrighty, here we are, guys. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing wonderful. It is snowing again here in Wisconsin, but that's not surprising because it's Wisconsin. So, welcome to all the new members. We got a few new members coming in. Thank you so much. It's going to allow us to do today's video because we're going to do our first ever filament review. Courtesy of the members, we ordered 2 new rolls of really cool filament to try out. So I thought we would do like a filament review on the channel. So, you know, that'd be cool. So we are going to pick a really easy beginner project that will also be fun. And we'll print it out with the new filament and see what it ends up looking like, you know? That'll be cool. And the reason also we're going to do this simple project is I want to do some projects that are more catered to beginners or even first-time Tinkercad users. So it's not always just crazy complicated stuff, you know? Does that make sense? That's good, right? Catered to everybody. So as you guys saw in the thumbnail, we're going to be making a ball in a cup toy. So it's like a little coordination skill toy. So which is, I can't believe I've never made one before because I love ball in a cup. I used to be a juggler when I was a teenager or a kid. Wow, I guess before I was a teenager even. But I used to juggle in shows and stuff, and ball in a cup is right along them lines of juggling toys. So like, you know, yo-yos and I guess any kind of these little skill toys. So maybe we can make some other ones also. So let's start out. Let's make a super duper simple one. And then we'll make a little bit more complicated one. And we'll print our favorite one. Okay? Okay, let's start from scratch. And in case somebody's brand new, this is their first time ever. So we have our work plane here. And we have our basic shapes over here on the right. So we're going to make a handle first. So let's pull out one of these cylinders. We're going to drag it over and drop it. Okay? Now we have some points that we can grab and stretch. So look, we could stretch. Let's make the handle. We need the ball and cup toy to be about, I don't even know, maybe 8 inches tall. So we will, oh yeah, let's see. Well, 150 would be 6 inches. So it'd have to be pretty tall. So 200 would be about 8 inches. Okay. We'll just go with that because we got to put a top on it. We can always shrink it down. So there we go. We got a kind of long handle, right? Let's go to these little slide bars here. We can hit the sides. We'll scroll this one all the way up because it'll make it smoother. See, it took all the angles off of here. So see, we could slide it way down and you can see the faceted sides. So we'll slide that all the way up. We got to put something, let's put something on the bottom so it kind of looks better. So let's grab one of the spheres and I made it bigger. So if you hold shift and pull on one of these sides, it'll stay uniform like this. So see, it's uniformly growing and shrinking. If I wasn't holding shift, it can get all weird like this, which is cool for some stuff. But see, we want it uniform shaped. And if you screw up something like that, just hit this back button right here. Boop. See, we're good teachers here. We're teaching brand new people. Hopefully there's at least one brand new person watching. Okay, so we want to line this up right underneath here, okay? So here, let's raise up this handle a little. Sure, that'll work. Okay, we want to make sure this sphere is lined up perfect with this handle. So there's a tool for that right here. It's the align tool. You can either hit L or I like to just use my mouse so you guys can see what I'm pressing. So I'll click the align tool and these are the different axes that you can align them. So see if I hit this middle black dot, it will line them up on this axis. Ready? Pop. Yay. And then we have to align them up on this axis too. See right here. Watch, they'll line up. Boop. Beautiful, we did it. And see, it's not sticking through, so that's fine. We should make that a little bigger, though. So now that it's lined up, if we want to leave it lined up and make it bigger, I actually hold Control, Shift, and Alt. All three of them buttons, and then you can do this. It'll stay lined up and stay uniform. So let's make it about this big. We can also make the ball smoother or less smooth. Maybe it'll look kind of cool like this. Usually I crank this steps all the way up so it's smoother. But look, now it's like a faceted ball. We got to pick a better color. Let's do... What should we do today? A lot of these are made of wood, so let's pretend it's wood. Okay, we're just making a simple one here for the beginners. And then we're going to make a little harder, you know, a little more curvy one. Okay, so how should we make the cup, guys? Let's just do it easily, right? Okay. Sometimes I like to just build stuff down on the build plate and then assemble it. So let's grab another cylinder here. I'm going to make it bigger. Okay, let's make it smoother. Shorter. And let's put one of these what do they call it? A half sphere. Let's put a half sphere on top. And let's make it the same size. Oops, I guess I could just type in the same size, but okay, let's see. So see, you'll see these numbers. So see, this cylinder is 47 by 47. That's millimeters. So we could just type that in here. Oh, we basically had it just right. I'm going to sink it down in. But why? Oh, it must not be a line. That's why. Okay, let's do our align trick. Not really a trick, but you know what I mean. There. So see, we got that nice domey shape. So this could be the shape of our cup, you know. Here, I kind of want this taller. Okay, now if you want to take two objects and make them into one single object, you know, if we want to glue them together, basically, you just hit this group button right here. Boing. You got to add the sound effects. Okay, so now we have this really cool cup shape, but it's not hollow. So let's go ahead and hollow it out. So we're going to flip it over. Here's a good tip that I didn't know for a few weeks because I wasn't watching tutorials like I should have. When you're going to rotate something, there's these arrows. And look, if you stay inside this blue circle, then it snaps at specific angles, like, you know, popular angles, basically. So see, it's easy to turn it upside down. But if you move outside of the blue circle, then it moves fluent 1 degree at a time, which is helpful for other things. But we want it perfectly flipped over, so we can just go like that. Or if we wanted to, just as easy, maybe easier, we could just hit this mirror tool. We can click it, and then we can mirror it a few different ways. So look, we could just flip it like this. That's almost easier. Okay, here we go. Now let's hollow this out. So all we have to do to hollow it out is duplicate it. So we want to, you know, make a duplicate of it, which is right here, the button. Boop. So now there's two of them stacked on top of each other. Here, let's raise one up. See? But we wanna use this duplicate to cut a hole in the other one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold Control Shift Alt again so it stays lined up. As we're holding it, we're gonna shrink this. There. Okay, so we shrank the duplicate down, but we left it nice and lined up. I raised it up a little bit because what we're going to do is turn it into a cutout. I call it a cutout, but see it says hole over here? You can turn any object into a hole. I always use the word cutout because it makes more sense. Because you use them to cut things. So in this case, see, we could turn both objects into a hole so we can see in there. Oh yeah, see, we don't need this much plastic on the bottom. So what I would probably do is stretch this one up and lower it down. There, see, now this is how thick the walls will be when we print, you know? So let's turn this big outer one back into a solid over here. And then when we combine them now, because see, we have the cutout right in the center. So when we select both of them, which there's two ways to select stuff. You can hold down Shift and just click the stuff you want. See, it'll have like a blue line around it. So we can click that and this. See, now we have both selected. And we could group them. The other way to do it is you can left mouse, like drag your mouse and see the red box. Anything in the red box will get selected. See? So now we just hit group and you'll see it's going to cut it out. Boop. Yay! That's actually a pretty nice little cup there. I think we're about done with the simple model here. So let's make it a little wider, I think, right? See, we can make it wider and shorter now, or you can change the shape of it. Let's make it the same color. Did we group it? That line's just there. Yeah, this is already grouped. So now I got to start using these features that people tell me to in the comments. So there is the cruise feature. So let's select this because we want to set this on top of here. So we could just manually move it up there. You can hold like Control up arrow. See how I'm starting to move it? But see, that's kind of takes a while. So there's an easier way to move stuff. You can hit this cruise feature up here or the letter C for hotkey. But see this magnet? I'm going to click it. And then this little white dot appears. You can drag that wherever you want. And look, we can drag it right up to the top. Boop. I got to start doing that more. Oh my gosh. The commenters are so smart. Okay, so let's align it so it's nice and lined up on top of here. We'll have to see. We might need it. We might actually have to make it a little bigger. Let's make it a little bigger. Okay, visualizing. Yeah, I think that's about... Now this is kind of thick. So see, we could cut this a little thinner if we wanted. I might do that. Okay, let's align it. Okay, let's hit the align tool. And let me show you something else for the new people. If we don't want this middle part to move because see, we already lined up this ball on the bottom and the stick here. We don't want it to move. So what you do is after you hit the align tool, click on the object that you don't want to move. So I'm going to click on this stick handle and you'll see it'll change where the black dots are. See? Now the black dots moved in here. So it basically made this stick the master, they call it. So it's not going to move. So when we click these dots at the bottom, the upper cup will move, but not the stick. Ready? See? Let's do it this way. There. So all this stuff is lined up just how we want it. And let's say we didn't want to waste so much filament because look, this is really thick at the top. We can easily fix that. Let's just do it quick. We just click it and ungroup it. So see how we use the group function? We can also ungroup it right here with this button. So let's ungroup it. See? Now we're back to having that cutout in there. And all we have to do is make that cutout a little bigger. So I'm going to hold Control-Shift-Alt again and stretch this up. And see, we can make that a lot thinner like that. Isn't that nice? Okay, let's select both and hit the group button. Boop! Look at how fast we did that. So now we just saved on Filament. Come on now. There you go. Oh, wow. This is not super awful. So there we go. There's our beginner model. And when you're happy with it, you could just select all of it and group it. There, now it's just one object we can move around. And see, when we go to print it, we'll flip it upside down. So it would print nice like that. And we'll make the ball later. Okay, there we go. We made one. There you go. That's the beginner. That's the beginner tutorial. Ding, 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 ding. Good job, everybody that made that. Okay, let's make a not as much of a beginner one. Let's do something else, okay? There's all kinds of different ways we can make one. let's get a little crazy. Let's try something really weird. Are you ready? We're going to take the sketch tool and pop it over here and set it down. We're going to try another thing that was mentioned by the commenters. We are going to make the shape that we want. So let me get a shape laid out here quick. Okay, obviously I went a little off the board there. I went off the rails. I could get rid of some of these. You could get rid of some of these. Yeah, we're using the sketch tool, obviously. We can put these different pegs in here that we can use to slide around. Oops. How do I add ones? Oh, yeah, I remember. Okay, so let's select these pegs. Oh, I got to go back to here. Let's make most of these curves so we can hit this curve button. Okay. Okay, let me do some adjusting. Okay, let's try this out. I have no idea if this is going to work good. We're going to use something I've never really used before. I tested it out. Let's hit finish. Okay, so we have this shape that we made with the sketch tool. Let's make it... I'm just going to make it 2 millimeters thick. Okay. Is that okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to export it as a SVG. Okay? We're going to hit SVG and let's name it Ball in a Cup. Ball in a Cup 1. Okay, save. And then what we're going to do is set that off to the side. Let's go to this panel over here. And instead of basic shapes, we're going to go down and find shape generators at the very bottom here. And right here, this is what people in the comments told me about, the SVG revolver tool. So this will rotate an SVG file. So if that's confusing, that's okay. I was confused too. So you set down the SVG revolver tool like this, and it brings up this panel, and it says drag a file here, or you can choose one. Okay, so under 3D models, hopefully. Okay, let's find it. See, I already tested this a little just to make sure it worked. And it was a little glitchy, so I hope it works. Okay, yep, it's thinking now, so it's processing. And then we're going to have these other slide bars that I am very new at, but there's a bunch of slide bars that we can adjust. So it's going to load in. Okay, there we go. This is crazy. Okay, we have to adjust a bunch of these slide bars. Number of sides. Oh, wow, it's so small. One of these makes it bigger, though. Okay, so we want... It's basically taking that shape. So, see, look at the edge here. That's the shape that we made. And see, this tool, like, can spin it and revolve it in a circle. So, see the inside diameter? We want smaller. All the way down, see? All the way down to 1. See, there'll always be at least a little hole in the center. Uh-oh, what did we do? What the? Inside diameter. Okay, it's a little glitchy. Number of sides, we want it smooth. Sketch rotation, we need it all the way. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Sketch rotation. Look, you can even, like, flip it over. You can, like, turn it inside out. Look. We just turned our shape inside out. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go back to normal. Revolve angle. That's what we need. Because, see, we want it all the way around. See, look. This is what people were telling me to do on that video when we were trying to use the sketch tool to make these type of shapes. See, these people are smart. Wow. Oh my gosh. It's so small. Oh. Uh-oh. See, we're breaking it though. Sketch height. I mean, I could just make it bigger. I swear one of these... I thought one of these really made it bigger, but that's okay. I think we could just go like this, right? And then see, we can stretch it up. Wow. See, guys? Here, let's flip our other one over so we can kind of get the same type of dimensions, you know? Dementia. Boop, boop, boop. Wow, see? So that was actually pretty easy. Here, let's delete this. No, let's bring that back. I have another idea. Okay, it looks like we might need a little better of a little thinner cut here, you know. It's probably too late to... Yeah, we can't edit it in the sketch tool. I shouldn't have made this so thick at the top. Otherwise, look at how cool it is. I really like it. I guess let's make it a tiny bit bigger. Okay, let's just cut a little bigger hole in there. Should we just use... Here, let's go back to my basic shapes. Where's my happy zone? Basic shapes. Let's just put a sphere in there. That'll be fine. Okay, and... Okay, let's make it bigger. Okay, let's just... We can use this as a cutout, can't we? What we'll probably do is do that and then stretch it up. Okay, let's line it up. Let's look inside this to see what we're actually cutting. Oh, yeah, see? That's not good. Oh, man, maybe I shouldn't have used a circle. A sphere. We'll check it out. So, see, now I can see the edges that I'm cutting. Yeah, sphere was not the best choice. What if I stretch it? Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. See? I'm looking at this outer shell here. Okay, that's good. And then, we're not cutting a whole lot, though. Okay. Okay, that's okay. That'll be fine. So let's combine them. Let's see what it looks like in there. Group. Oh, that's kind of neat. Like, I don't know. The classic ball in a cup kind of has more of a shape like this, I think. This has just got kind of like a big divot. I don't know. I guess either or is fine, you know? Really cool. Okay, so that worked really well. That was the first time I've really done that, besides when I just tested it to make sure I knew what I was doing a little bit. Now, we are also going to test the other idea that people had. So when we were trying to rotate these little thin sketch tool shapes, people had another idea, which I think will also work. Let's try it. So we're gonna let's just use the same shape, because this is a really nice finished shape. So we don't need to make it any better than that. But let's try this other way we can do it. If you don't want to use that weird SVG rotate revolver tool, let's do it more of a manual way. So we have, oh yeah, we have our little thin slice, okay? Is it 2 millimeters? Yes, it is. Okay, so first we're going to duplicate it and like finish the shape. So we're going to mirror it and flip it so we can connect them like this. We'll get it how we like. Do we like it kind of thin like that or thicker? Let's make it kind of thin. It'll be dainty and delicate. Okay, let's group them together. It'll be slightly different shape then. I'm going to stretch it up, but then make it smaller. So yeah, it'll be slightly different. Okay, now we're going to do this other technique. So let's move these out of the way. Okay, we are going to duplicate this and spin it a little bit. This was the other fix that people came up with in the chat. And I've done this type of thing before too. I think it'll work. So we spin it just a little bit like that, okay? And now let's do, we already have 2 of them. Let's do 20. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's already a lot of shapes, but see, we're getting a rotation. But let's see if we can group it. And if we can, we're also going to export it. So let's group it. Hello, sir, please group. Okay, I'm sick of waiting. We're going to ungroup and get rid of 10 of these. I went and watered my plants. I foliar fed them, and I kept checking back, and I don't want to wait any longer. So let's get rid of 10 of these. Oh, wait, no, stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now we have 10. Let's try it again. Boop and group. Boop and group. Okay, no. This is not working. There must be a lot going on with these. There must be a lot of memory involved with these sketch tool shapes when they're like this. Maybe because I made it so big. Oh my gosh, it's not grouping even. So there we go. So the SVG revolver, is that what it was called? Shape generators, SVG revolver. Yep, that's the way to go. So now we answered that question. So maybe some of you guys might have better luck getting your stuff to group, but I just waited forever there, and that was only 10 of them, you know? So, okay, let's finish up now. We have our simple design on the right, which I actually really like. And you could always add to it, like, here, let's add one more shape to it, because that's the beginner one, but let's add a beginner shape. Let's add a cone. Holy cow, look at how little it is. Okay, let's make it bigger. Oh, I'm going to flip it over. Let's make it, well, let's see. Do we want, actually, I might leave some angles on it, because we did angles on the, see, we have the facets on the ball on the bottom. So let's just leave it. So here, let's align them like we know how to do, because we are very, very smart big boys and girls. Okay, let's just raise it up. Oh, here's another thing. See this little black cone, basically, on the top here? You could use it to grab it and, see, pull stuff up. So look, we could just pull it into place here, but make sure it's not sticking through. Oh, I see. It's sticking through a little, but it just made a little flat spot. Nothing wrong with that. And see, oh, that's a little too much, though. Here, let's make it smaller. I just wanted a little, you know, a little more detail. So, see? Just like that. And we got the flat spot at the bottom. Perfect. And screw it up like that. Now fix it. Okay, group. There, we added a tiny little bit more detail to our our easy model. I kind of like the easy model like just as good as this one. It almost looks more like the classic ball in a cup. I like this handle better though. Should I put this top onto this? Should we do that? Hey, you know what? It's our project. We could do whatever we want. Here, let's keep one of these. Watch this. Let's go like this. Duplicate. Boing. We're going to snip this top off. Let's do it. Oh my gosh. Is this cheating? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut the top off of this one. It's not cheating. There's no such thing. You just do what you want, right? Okay, so yep, I'm going to use this to cut the top off here. Perfect. Should we go up a little more? Right there. Okay, we'll group these together and you'll see that'll cut the top off. Once it's done thinking. Okay, let's get this one ready. Let's ungroup it. Ungroup it again. We could just keep ungrouping it till we just have the top. There. Look how easy this is going to be. Let's just duplicate this top and slap it on over here. Ooh, we're combining our two models. Okay, let's align them. Ding, ding, ding. Done. And let's figure out how high we want this up. Did we place it like perfect? Here, let's raise it all the way up. No, let's do it like that. Dude, we combined our two models to make the one perfect model. I'm so proud of us. Okay, we'll keep these. We'll keep these, but we're going to print this one. Oh, we got to make the ball. And how tall is this thing? 300. This is too tall, so let's make it smaller. I'm holding shift. So about 25 millimeters is about an inch. So 200. Why was it so giant? So this is like 8 inches. Let me visualize though. It seems too small. Do I want it? I think 8 inches is too small still. Maybe not. Let's go 9 inches. Okay, let's just try that. That'll be fine. Yeah, that looks good. So we have to make the ball. And then we'll go to the printer and we'll do the filament review introduction and then we'll print. Okay, let's just make the ball and then we'll resize it afterwards probably. I mean, yeah, I don't know what I mean. Fine. Well, let's put it up in here. There, we caught it. We did it. Okay, we want it to we got it. We want it to be kind of challenging, so you want the ball to probably not be too small. Is that a good size for the ball? Here, let's make this transparent. Oops. It's a pretty nice fit. Ball in a cup. Is that good, guys? I don't know. I think that's good. Okay, let's, I'm going to bring our ball back to the ground here to work on. I just hit the letter D and it'll drop it right down to the work plane. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make a hole in it for the string. Let's make it smoother. Let's make a hole in it. Let me set this down. Should we do 4 millimeters by 4 millimeters? Okay. Let's line it up. Wow, I accidentally lined up one by myself. Okay, and we're going to also do let's do something else also. Let's duplicate this cutout. I'm going to raise it up so we can see what we're doing. Here, let's shrink this down. Okay, this will make sense in a second. So see, we got a duplicate of the cutout. We're going to make a spot so the knot will have somewhere to be. I wonder if I should have done a cone. Okay, fine. I'll do a cone. Okay, so I'm just going to make a little cone here. And let's turn it to a cutout. Flip it over. Should we use the cruise feature? Will that even help us? Not so much. No, that didn't help us. See, I like manually moving stuff sometimes. Okay, let's get it over there. So see, we're going to cut another little spot so the knot has a spot to fit. Because we're going to run a rope through it, a string through it, and then tie a knot. Okay, let's align it. And then we can group it. Did I forget to hit the... Oh, there we go. Okay, let's group it. Let's see what it looks like. You can always hit the back button. So see, now we have a nice spot for the knot. Okay. Now for the printer, we need a little flat spot on the bottom so it can stick to the print bed easy. I don't mind if the ball has a little flat spot. Okay, so let's just, what I usually do is just, well, we could do whatever. Lower this down. There we go. Okay, there we go. We got a little flat spot there, and we're nice and flat. Okay, we got our ball. Dude, I think we're ready. What do you guys think? Ball in a cup. Oh, don't mess up the shape of the ball. Okay, oh, and we're going to do this. I didn't group these yet. I probably should have, but we're going to print it like this. Okay, let's make sure it's touching nicely. Is this a nice flat edge? Oh, yeah. Just to make sure, hit D. There we go, guys. Oh, I'm excited. And I'm excited to see what this new filament's going to look like as it's printing. It's going to be incredible. Let's go have a look at it right now. This is the filament review. We got a filament or two. It's the filament review. We got filament. Yeah. Editor, please delete that and don't ever show that to any other humans. This is the filament review. We got a filament or two. It's the filament review. We got filament. Yeah. Okay, guys, here we are. We have the G-Tech. It's G-Tech 3D printer filament. I have not tried this brand, I don't think. I have ordered a lot of different filaments. I'm not brand specific at all. I've never really had much trouble. The only difference I've noticed with filaments is usually kind of like bed adhesion. But otherwise, a lot of the ones, as long as it's like over 4 stars on Amazon, I've never really had problems with using all different brands. Okay, are you guys ready? Look at this crazy multicolored. Okay, let's see what the specs are on this. Oh my goodness gracious. Can you guys see this? It is super wacky multicolored. Okay, so we have basically almost all the colors of the rainbow, kind of like a little bit pastel, kind of. If I was to say, oh, and it's definitely silk. I can see that it's got like the gloss like the silk. Well, here, let's pop it out of here. And then we'll check out the specs on it too. And the price. See, this is... hey, it's like Christmas. Oh, man, I wanted coal. Wow, yeah, this is definitely a silk for sure. Silk multi or color changing. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely gorgeous. And see, you members were paid for this. Isn't that cool? Okay, so it is, yep, they call it a Silk Rainbow PLA. Of course, it's the 1.75 millimeter, like the standard, and then the dimensional accuracy of 0.02 millimeters, which is pretty standard, probably, right? It has a 4.3 star rating on Amazon with 9,800 reviews. So that's pretty good. The price at the time was $18.99, and this company has all kinds of other crazy ones too. There's a few more multicolor. There's glow in the dark. There's a glow in the dark multicolor. They got a really cool silver and gold. So if we like this, if we don't run into any problems printing with this, this company might be one that I'll order more from. I do like ordering cardboard spools. Wow, this spool, what the heck? This spool is crazy thick. Oh my gosh. I do like getting cardboard spools when I can because they're just easier. You know, it's not so wasteful like all this plastic. But I keep all my spools because I'm going to come up with some way to use them. We're going to come up with something. We'll make a video. We'll build some furniture out of them or something. All right, enough blabbing. That was the filament review. So let's go to the printer and print out that ball and cup toy.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Guys, I only have one word to explain this. Oh my god, this is awesome! Wow, this actually is bigger than I thought. Maybe we didn't have to go with the... Let's see, we stretched it from 200 to 225. I don't think we had to do that. But let me see what it feels like. I printed it solid, actually, because I wanted like a nice, solid, heavy feel. Here, before I break it off, let's talk about this incredible filament, guys. Let me get you off the tripod here. Dude, so not only does it do this incredible fade, I don't even know if we got through all the colors. Yep, it's going to be going back to pink after yellow. Yeah, not only does it do the fade like some other filaments I had, it has these lighter streaks in it as it does the fade. Can you guys see them? So instead of just being like pink to purple, purple to blue, it has these other streaky fades in it, which make it just look incredible. It's probably a little too overexposed here with this light. There's a really bright light. Oh my gosh, isn't that just insane? Okay, let's pop these off. One thing I would have done different is the ball. Wow, it's really stuck on there. So look, I shouldn't have, the bottom of this ball is really rough. So I might print myself a new one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the ball in half and lay the two halves straight down. So if any of the members see this file and want to print it, you'll see this. I'll probably shrink this down a little smaller, and I'm going to cut the ball in half and lay it down flat like this. Okay? Dude, this is heavy. I printed this solid too. So besides the hole, it's solid. But yeah, this is really rough. Otherwise, this thing is just gorgeous. And that's not the filament's fault. That's probably my overhang settings, you know. That's a lot to expect to have it do these overhangs right here. So, but let me check out the adhesion. Okay, well, let's see. Let me pull this off. I know I have to lift my bed off here. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I'm happy I have the brim. Let me see if I can see how stuck on this. I'd say it has medium to low adhesion compared to some of my other. Yeah, I would say at least medium adhesion compared to some of my other ones that I use. This might be, I don't know if you guys can see this in the light, but this might be the most beautiful ball in a cup ever made, guys. Or is it just me? Am I just a proud parent? Let's see. This might be kind of easy. Did we make the ball? Oh, maybe not. We'll see. Let me see how... We got to find a string. But yeah, as far as the filament review, this is just absolutely amazing. It's very pearlescent. The fade is unbelievable. So I'm so glad that we picked this day to start our filament review segment or whatever, you know? Yeah. So, and that was by request of a subscriber. So he wanted to know more, he or she wanted to know more about it. So there we go. I might print myself another ball, but I think we should wrap this video up. I'm going to tie this up and I'll show you the trick to how to master a ball in a cup from my juggling experience. Or I'll fail and you guys can watch me fail at it. Alrighty guys, so I only found some yarn, so look, I left a couple little tassels sticking out, so that worked nicely to attach it. I just made it about that long. I guess you could make it longer and it might be harder, because I tested this out. It's super easy compared to a normal wooden one. I think it's because maybe the wooden ones, you're supposed to make the ball maybe just so it barely fits. I don't know. This one's just really easy for some reason, or I'm just super awesome. But I'll tell you the trick in a second here. So let me try it a couple times. Okay, yeah, it's really easy. So I'll tell you the normal trick though. So a lot of times people will swing this up and they just hold this, hoping it kind of falls in. Oops, let me see. I'm trying to do it badly like people do. See, it'll hit like that. So they'll just hold this still, and a lot of times the ball will hit and like fall off like that. The trick is you start up high, and as the ball's coming down, you drop down with it. So like this. Here, I'll show you. So you'd go like this, and then see, you drop down, and it makes it it lands more gently, and you have time to get underneath it. See? So if you're ever trying to do a hard ball on the cup, or this one, maybe you can make yours harder by making the ball bigger. But yeah, you just follow it down like that. Here, should I try it with my left hand? Uh-oh. There we go. You want to make it hard? Try it with your left hand. Or your not dominant hand. There we go. Dude, this is awesome. This is really a neat one. These would be probably popular if you were like one of them people that sells 3D prints at like them, different festivals and sets up like stands at art fairs or whatever. These would be really popular. Definitely would need some better cordage, like maybe paracord or something kind of glossy and flashy. So I think it's really awesome. There we go. Beginner design done. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Oh my gosh, I just hit you guys in the head. Are you okay? Boop, 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 boop. All right, bye-bye.